Woke up to deposits and it's only 8 a.m. Do it for the fam, I don't do it for the gram. Do it for my daughters, do it for my little man. That's my 2020, reason why I win. Lot of missed calls, looking bloody in my call log. I bet to myself, I'm not sorry that I logged, dog. Check my mental health, I was feeling like a lost dog. Bounce back and wipe my paws off. Get it off the humble and I stick to what I know. Nights on top of nights, long nights took a toll. Took some steps back, but I still get up and I go. And now you know, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, yeah. New Jeep, no doors with it, no. I won't stop now, who you kidding? Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma send it, I'ma send it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it. Pressure on me daily, got the family on my back. Dreams are getting bigger, put the city on my map. World inside my palm, but I'll try not to get attached. Moment that is here, could be over just like that. Fast car, no NASCAR. I was never working hard, I guess I'm mad smart. Top speed like a rocket, it was blast off. 6 figures from my couch without a mask on. Waited for my cycle like a laundry mat. Going to the moon, it's on top and that. 2 straight years of dropping back to back. Epidemic jumping like an acrobat. I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, yeah. New Jeep, no doors with it, no. I won't stop now, who you kidding? Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma send it, I'ma send it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one.
Good morning all. Yes sir. How are we doing? Hope we are all well. Hope everyone's well. Hope Zoom guys are well. Hope YouTube is well. Let me see all systems are go. As far as I can see where all systems go. Yeah, it's looking good. All systems are go. Looking good. And yeah, let's get into it. You mean the cells? No, let's have a look at you. Oh, big gap here, that's why. Oh, okay, that's why. Yeah, that's messy with that gap. I was talking about above here for buys. What's bias? I can't really see with this daily. Previous daily closed bearish. Previous 4-hour closed doji bearish. If we do break these highs though, yeah, doji bearish though, it's still considered inside of a range, right? Because you don't want to be buying at the top of the range. That's the problem. You don't want to buy at the top of the range. That's why I don't want you buying here, because this is the top of the range. It's the worst place to buy. So if you're going to buy, you buy to the top of the range, not at the top of the range. Does gold make sense to buy? Yeah, we'll have a look at it now. We'll do the analysis. Buys was good. Yes, sir. Let's get it. Let's have a look at the analysis here. Let's let a few more people come in and then we'll do the analysis. Should I start stream at 10:30 instead of 10:15, or 10:15 is good? Seems like everyone comes in at 10:30 and then we miss the analysis here. Then they keep asking me what's going on. But there's 200 people in here. That's enough. They deserve to have the analysis, right? 10:30 is good. 10:15 is good. Then we make the intro 10:15 is better. I think they all think the time is 10:30. Yeah, everyone's saying is 10:15 is good. If you delete some of the lines, the chart won't be as laggy. Yeah, it's probably why my charts lag, but it's okay though. I want my lines. Early bird catches the worm. 10:22 to be fair. No, now it's 10:22, but yeah. I mean, it would only be a difference of 10 of less, yeah, just around 15-minute difference, but we'll get on with it. Maybe we run a longer intro. All right, let's have a look at the analysis, guys. So today we have something very important today. The reason we have something important today is FOMC. And a big one today for US markets here. And basically, I expect US session to basically be waiting for the statement here. You know, you can get some small moves here and there, but I don't expect to see some heavy trending moves. I expect kind of the people in the market to take one step back before FOMC. A lot of people are going to lose money in FOMC, so don't be an idiot tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, tonight for me here, and go and blow some random money that you're not supposed to blow. Basically, what we look having here is that they want to keep interest rates the same. There's a possibility they come and surprise with an interest rate hike. I don't think so. But what will be interesting is to see non-farm employment change. If we see employment change go up, right? So if we see numbers go up and more employment, then that will give them a more entitlement to raise interest rates. And if we see employment go up, then that's probably bearish for gold. So what are they expecting? Oops, wrong numbers. What are they expecting here? They're expecting October came back worse than expected. Their forecast was high. Now they brought their forecast down very, very low. So they're expecting employment to be bad, which is probably why they're keeping interest rates the same. But if we saw that, you know, an interest rate hike, I would be very surprised. But the press conference will be interesting to see what their plan is. November, you know, they were indicating that if they are gonna do one more hike, it is gonna be this month. So December would be interesting if they did it. They normally don't do in December because it's the end of the year. They want to encourage spending at the end of the year towards the holiday time. So yeah, we'll basically, market will be waiting for this, and then thankfully tomorrow we also have the GBP one, so we get all of this out of the way so that next week we're starting on a clean sheet, and we're back in action here. So we have the unemployment claims for USD in the afternoon, but on tomorrow we have very important the bank rate from UK. We'll see if UK will hike back to the same as US, basically to 5.5. And then we just have some speeches by Bailey, which will be very, very interesting. And then we're basically clean, right? And then, of course, we have NFP on Friday, where everyone goes and blows money or gets lucky. So, yeah, definitely this is a fun week. This is a week where, you know, people have a bit of gambling fun here with news and stuff. So, and then next week, you know, we're kind of back to normal. Just here and there, small news, GDP, all of this stuff. So, what's also nice is that at the end of this week, the US will change their daylight saving time, so we will have all of that get back to normal. Easing for easing, man, I don't think they will start easing for a while. They can't, you know, with inflation keeping on creeping up, they can't just go ahead and start easing. They will hold, and maybe the first easing policy we will see will come around, I would probably say March. It always lines up that way. We normally see markets have an easing policy in March when the markets, you know, are starting to go nuts. So it would make sense for them to do it then. But I don't think we're out of the woods for them to start easing soon. So yeah, we'll see what happens today with FOMC. Will be very, very interesting here to see how markets react. This will be a good pre-indicator of what might happen over FOMC or what they're going to talk about in the press conference. But basically, we'll take it from there. As for London session, we have no news, but markets sort of waiting for FOMC. So hopefully we can get some volume into GJ here. And realistically, look for just a quick scalp here is what you'd realistically look for on an FOMC day. Now, what's very interesting here is this push we had yesterday. Amazing yen weakness came into the market yesterday. And the way you tackled this after seeing a big push is that you don't expect that to be replicated today. I think it's common sense now for me, but as a beginner, whenever I used to see a big push like this, I would be up early trying to catch continuation of this move, and believe it or not, any support that was forming I was trying to buy when I started, because I was like, damn, this move has to continue. It doesn't. We're more likely to see, now that's one mistake, but another mistake people make is that they're like, okay, the move is done, I'm selling. And they'll go sell somewhere here and get messed up, and when it pulls back and stuff like that. So what you really want to do is say, okay, there's been a big move in the market. We don't expect it to keep on continuing, right? But we don't leave it out of the question that it can't, right? Because the trend is your friend until it ends. And we can't leave that out the question. If market, volume starts to come in, this thing can continue, no issues, and we'll react based on that. But we're not going to sit here and expect that and be upset if it doesn't come, because that's reality here. So it was a beautiful push yesterday. That position we talked about here would have played out nicely here, and congrats to those who took it. For me, with these pullbacks, this type of pullback is what I expected to happen at some point, and I really hope that would have happened first, so that we can get that out of the way to continue the buys here. But what is nice is yesterday was basically giving us clarity. These type of moves were replicated through news here, and realistically we would want it to be in much earlier in order to hold this move, so that we don't get caught out in these big pullbacks here that would easily taken stops and all of this taken out. So at the end of the day, this is just more of a risk perspective approach, where you're looking at, okay, this is caused by news. Let's basically give the chance for the yen to show us some direction. You have to remember the yen has been very, very, very difficult pair, right? The yen has been. So the reason why is because of them keep on intervening. So now that we've had some clarity and they're kind of saying, hey, we don't really care if our currency becomes weak, then that's all good for us, right? And now you can see USD/JPY is above 151 here, and they kind of don't really care about it, They're kind of like, okay, yen is weak, and that is that. End of story. Leave the yen weak. So now what's interesting, we have to watch this JPY yields here. If this hits 1%, they're going to intervene again. So as long as this doesn't hit 1%, we should technically be okay here. So that is that's basically what I'm looking at here. So let's go ahead and do the analysis though. And based on the analysis here, we have a beautiful daily close above the range here. This current daily is pulling back. Every time we've seen these type of big moves, we have got the next daily pulling back. So we do need to keep that in mind, right? Look, we've had massive push, heavy pullback, massive push, heavy pullback, massive push, heavy pullback, massive push, potential heavy pullback, right? We have to look, this is a very common trend that we're seeing here, especially with daily candle closing no top wick here, is all nipple wick, right? So it's very, very interesting to see if this pullback will end up, the question is, does this pullback end up creating support to continue up, or is this a pullback back inside our range and then we're stuck back inside the range and this was just an anomaly? But pullbacks are an option here, and we need to keep that in mind, that yes, we do have a lot of bullish pressure, but remember, we're still in our summer range here. So until we see solid supports form, there's an opportunity for price to pull back first before creating support for potential more upside, which would be nice. We want deeper pullbacks to continue up. So moving down on the 4-hour time frame, we can start to see how price is basically a mixed session. Previous daily closing bullish and 2 previous 4-hour candles closing bearish here. If we bring back drawings, we can start to see how we're sitting above this 4-hour support right now. So if sells are going to make sense, they're going to make sense below this basically this 15-minute below here. Because we need to get below, we need to break the 4-hour low, and then only that's the earliest place to sell. Realistically, the next best sells is going to be below 183.268 once we get outside of this whole range that we're sitting in. Because if we move down now on the 1-hour time frame, we can see that this is where the support is. So technically until we break this structure, we're still bullish. And what could happen here is we could start to come to the bottom of the range, change structure, and then start working our way back up to the top. So I would like to see the main structure broken here to continue for sells. And the more lower time frame you go down back to our trading time frame, you can see this range is a little bit tight here. The problem I have is these wicks, 1, 2, 3 wicks. If you go have a look at what these wicks are on 5-minute, because wicks are candles on lower time frame, you can see it's a very strong support zone. So if you were to draw a line here, something like this, where the strong support zone is. You can see how many times we reacted, and you go back to 15, you realize that, hey, your range is not really big here, right? You're only working with a 10 pip, and realistically these wicks is where I expect reaction here. So selling below here, little bit tough, not the easiest sells below here because of all of this rejection. So more likely this is where you get your fake outs. And in order to take sells below here, what we want to see is a higher time frame close below, a 1 hour close below or a 30-minute close below. That will give the confidence. Otherwise a 15 might not be enough, but it's still an earlier option is to take a sell below here to come tap into the low of the range. Excuse me. Easier sells are going to be, of course, below the bottom of the range here. Below the bottom of the range, pretty easy sells to continue down, and you'll probably see that start to move down nicely. As for buys here, so buys is a little bit tricky because what we could have is price could push up here, retest the highs, and then reverse. I've seen that happen a lot, and actually this is a trade we took a long time ago in the exact same scenario. And this is why you guys have to remember your trades, because if you don't remember your trades, then you're not going to be able to avoid losses in the future. So let's go ahead. I do remember we took a trade. It was a setup 2, exact same scenario. Let's look for all setup 2s. Maybe this one. Let's have a look. Yeah, that was the same one here, right? So we had a big push the day before. Luckily, we have more range here. Price pulled back, faked out outside the range, back in. But once it tapped this support level, it ended up rejecting off it, right? So that is why we don't want to replicate the same move. So if we replicate the same scenario and move it to here, what do we have? We have this zone right up here, right? We have this same zone right up here. So that means if we're taking buys above the highs here, I'm watching this zone here as my target, not the top of the range. I'm watching this zone here as my target, and then I'm making a decision based on that. So for me, easy buys are going to be above probably around 950, 942, right? 942 is where the buys make sense for me. I was looking to take early buys above 812, but on the 30-minute, that's a resistance. So I'm not too confident about that since it's a resistance there. I probably will wait for either structure above here, like a 5-minute thunderstorm, to break through that resistance, or I'm going to look for buys above 942, 950, you know. Just that 184 level we also need to use as maybe a bit of caution. But yeah, nice to see a little bit of volume popping up in here now. And we'll go have a look at gold as well. And then we'll take it from there. So let's have a look at gold quickly here. We have 8 minutes till that candle closes anyway. So gold on daily time frame, very interesting move here yesterday. Boom, big fake out move here. Breaks the high and now starts to pull back ahead of FOMC here. So very interesting to see that type of move here. So daily candles are closing bearish here, sitting right at this daily resistance. We did not close below this daily resistance, so we're not technically back inside the range. But once we move down to the 4 hour, we can start to see how this 4 hour is now closed below this range here. And, you know, we're closing below the 4 hour support. So realistically, any pullbacks here, it does make sense if this creates resistance to continue down bearish. Now, of course, easy sells will be below the main range here. But, yeah, we're still inside of the range though. And it is more bearish posture than bullish. So, you know, I feel if price starts breaking, you know, you have to notice this zone is a very wicky zone. Every time we dip down into this zone, we get rejection. So I would not sell into here, I would sell to here. So if you could pull back, create resistance, I would sell to here. But again, today's FOMC for gold, so be very, very careful what you're doing in NY, you know, and trade it accordingly based on that, right? So yeah, that's basically what I'm looking at gold. Is you really want to be trading to the zone, not into the zone. So pullbacks to continue down bearish makes sense. You know, counter trend buys above here, it's an opportunity. I just don't recommend it. You know, it is an opportunity to try counter trend, but if that's your plan, if that's something you want to try, you can. You know, if price creates resistance and closes above here, it's not such a bad option to try get back up into here as a counter trend option. But, you know, again, look, we do have a fully bearish session here. The only reason I say it's an option is because of this rejection level here. Every time we dip below it, we close bullish. So if this 4 hour is closing bullish, then I'll tell you, yeah, go ahead. It's a gap. That's interesting. No, the gap is right here, no? Wait, no, this is the gap, yeah. Does this one show gaps? So apparently it's a gap, so then we need to be careful with this gap. But I do expect the gap to be filled. Let me see how it looks on my broker. Let's see the gap. Mind the gap. Mind the gap. So look. It's not a gap on the broker, man. Check 15. Where's the gap, man? I do not have a gap on my broker. So yeah, that's basically not in broker. Yeah, no gap, no gap. Come on, man. GJ has a gap, yeah, but we filled it. The gap is just here. It's just this one right here. It's not a big deal. So yeah, that's the analysis, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the analysis. If you did, be sure to leave a like. You know the YouTube business. You know, appreciate how many we got. Almost 500 of us in here. Appreciate everyone showing up as always. 77 likes. We can at least get the likes to 200. And we can get some lobsters. That's the goal, man. It said started 2 hours ago. Yeah, I know. It's weird, right? I don't know why. I can even see that here. Started 2 hours ago. Super weird. Not sure what's going on with that. But no, I didn't start 2 hours ago. I only started 15 minutes ago. You can even rewind the stream and see that I started 24 minutes ago. So, don't know what's going on with that. But no, appreciate you guys. If you do the YouTube business, get the likes up to 200 so I don't have to ask. You know the drill. And we take it from there. Interesting close here. Just worried about this 30-minute resistance. I wish this 30-minute resistance was not here. It would make it super easy. Can you explain why we start late now? Because of daylight saving times. London doesn't open till 1 hour and 20 minutes till now. It shows 24 minutes. Let me refresh. We shall see. It's still stuck for some reason. Probably just a bug. Probably just a bug. Is there a possibility of intervention? After yesterday's clarity, I would be very surprised if they intervened again. If they intervene again, then we have to question what's going on here. Then probably the Gbpjpy is very interesting. I don't know. I mean, GJ will be very interesting pair at that point. What time does London session start? 12 o'clock. The YouTube business? Yeah, I know. I hate to say it, but you know, it's part of the game. You have to do the YouTube business. It's just a nicer way to... I don't want to sound like some idiot. Please press the like button. I don't like that, but it definitely does help, you know, and it shows me that you guys are awake and active. And yeah. Pacific Standard Time? No. What do you mean 12? London Open? No, 12 GST. Gulf Standard Time. After the weekly candle closes, there'll be a lot more clarity? Yeah, I do feel. Am I buying on this close? Problem I have is this 30-minute resistance. I would like to buy if it closes above here. We do have a 5 pip range only, so I'd probably need to see some sort of support. If I could see like if I could see a close above and a 5-minute thunderstorm, then yeah, potentially. But we still have 1 minute for this to close above. Then I need to wait for a thunderstorm. If not, I'm gonna wait for the buys above 942. So yeah, we'll see how this candle closes. You would think this is the like is an auto by now? Yeah, some people just forget though, I think. What time is FOMC? Damn, man. Almost almost 12 hours from now. 11 hours from now, man. Which time is Indian time zone London open? Guys, come on. Please use Google. Like, how am I supposed to sit here like a dictionary and convert all the time zones? Please. Does New York still open at 3 p.m. Dubai time? No. New York opens at 4 p.m. Dubai time, and next week it will change to 5 p.m. Alright, this candle is closing here in 9 seconds. It doesn't look like it wants to close above, so we obviously need to wait for the next candle. Or still looking above 942 interests me still. Still interests me above there. Give me a sec, just go to the toilet. Thank you everything you do for us. This is something you don't have to do, but it's for the people. I appreciate that a lot. A lot of value. No, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys. It works both ways. You know, I get to do what I enjoy. I get to build a brand, and hopefully you guys enjoy the value, you know. My chart is looking different, probably because you're using FXCM and I'm using Oanda. Do you have a funded account or are you an entrepreneur? If you don't have a funded account, you're an entrepreneur. I think both ways you are. No, I don't have a funded account. I trade my own personal funds. Are you assuming that GJ will make a new high 15 minute, or are you looking for buy on a pullback? The problem with buying on a pullback right now is you don't know if that pullback is just going to make a lower high and continue down. So you probably want to buy above the range, which is probably above this 940 would be better. Because we don't, unless it created some structure inside of here, but that would take a while, you know. Where is the 30-minute resistance exactly? Let's mark it. Let's find our bearings here. Right, so we have the 30 right here. I don't want this color line. Daily close, no bottom wick. You can't close no bottom wick, Antonio. Come on. Sitting on tutor. Close no top wick. Yes, I know. We said in the analysis that... Okay, so we have a bit of range here. We said in the analysis that... I know, man. We said in the analysis that we could... there's a potential for sells, but obviously not here. You know, we could try trade to this 30-minute. You know, it's something I'm populating. Instead of waiting for the break of the high, we could trade to the 30-minute. 4 hour needs to close back in the range. Yeah, it would be a lot better. But you could anticipate the 4 hour to close back in the range, especially if we start leaving 268. You know, if we're able to eat up all of this range and start going down. Even now, if we reject and we close below 183, 500-ish on higher time frame 1 hour, you could sell inside the range. Every time, we have to be even careful. Like for buys, I'm looking for a quick scalp because every time we pop up heavy, we have these heavy rejections. Pop up heavy, heavy rejections. Look, every 4 hour candle that closes bearish, like this one here, pulls back to the high, retests the high, goes down. So we do need to be careful, but still doesn't mean that, you know, this can't continue up bullish. What money you took a trade? That question doesn't make sense. Put like, then enter your thumbnail. You give so much. No, I'm using a Wanda. I'm not sure why your chart would be different if you're using a Wanda. We use the same thing. Maybe you're talking about markup or something. Why would I not trade $1 million funded account? Because it's not a real $1 million. There's no big public funded companies that will give you a real $1 million. And also, with all of these rules, I'm one step away from them declining me a payout. You have to understand, funded accounts are against you. They don't want you to withdraw. They just want you to fail so they can make the sign-up fee. So they're going to try everything in their power for that to happen. But there is still, if you're an amazing trader, you'll make money. But at some stage, they're just going to say, they're just going to decline it. So I rather, if I'm going to use a funded account, it's because I want to fund my own personal account. I will try make money on the funded account to fund my personal account. That's the best way. What app should you use in Canada? Just for analyzing, you can use Tradingview. To actually trade, you need to choose a broker. But if you're at the stage wondering what app you should be using, then first you should learn how to analyze and stuff like that. The last thing you should do is deposit in a broker. That's your last step. Your last step in trading is depositing in a broker. In trading. Demo account is fine. I've heard people get denied a payout, they make over 10%. Yeah, it depends, you know, depends on how much. There could be a reason. It's just, it doesn't always happen, but it can happen. That's why, right? So if you work hard, you make 10% and then they deny a payout, you can't say anything. You can't say anything. If it's your own personal funds, you can just take it out. It's not a problem. MetaTrader is good. MetaTrader is just for entering trades. You don't really want to be using MetaTrader for analysis. I think the best is TradingView for analysis. That's the best. I had a real broker not paying you? Yes, that can happen. That's why you need to make sure to use a big broker and do all of your KYC and everything. I had all of that as well. Before I even opened the account, I had to submit all those documents. Thank you, Sunny. I appreciate you. How long do I usually look at the charts? I will sit at the charts now for like 3 hours. Set time where I'm really actively looking for a trade. Any option I see, I will take. If it follows my plan, of course. But then after that, I'll just look at the charts at New York. And normally my main session is London session. So I'm not fixated on the charts fully in New York. I just have alerts. And when those alerts get triggered, I will see if it's viable for me to take a trade or not if I need to. If I took a trade in London, then I won't take a trade. I'll just leave it. You know, I'm happy with the trade a day. Unless the markets are going nuts. And it would be stupid not to. I lost 20k. Do you think I can make it back and more with 1k trading on gold? That's not the mindset. Why did you lose 20k? That's your first question, right? How did you lose 20k? Over risking, emotion, no plan. First fix that before even thinking about making money. Secondly, right? Why, if you have the mindset that you can turn 1k to 20k, then why couldn't you turn 20k into 22k? Right? Why couldn't you turn 20k into 22k and then turn 22k into 23, 23 into 24, 24 into 25, right? And then grow that nicely. Why now do you suddenly think since you lost 20k, you can turn 1k into 20k? Otherwise, you could turn 20k into 200k if that was easy just to dictate that you can do that. So you need the skill, right? Don't put fuel in the fire, right? Don't go and just go blow that 1k. High chance I would put money on that you would lose that 1k. You might get lucky and then end up losing. So learn the skill, take it as a lesson. I'm sorry that you had to experience that, but at the end of the day, it was in your control that. And unfortunately, maybe it's the lack of education that there is online about trading, and hopefully we can make a change. But at the end of the day, you know, you have to restart and understand why. It's not just going to come back easily. Do you have any playlist for technical analysis? All my technical analysis, I do have a playlist which is basically puts all the videos in order here for you, you know, so you can just utilize that. It's way better just to utilize my playlist on my channel. And also check out the videos that talk about analysis here, you know, like the ones that are talking about support and resistance, the ones that talk about, but this one here, learn to trade correctly, beginner to winner. This is good. This will help you a lot. Technical analysis is the basis, right? But there's just general videos anyways that will help you with your markups, you know. Rudy, welcome, brother. Can you explain how to identify valid zone and enter on smaller time frame? I don't look to enter on smaller time frame in a valid zone. I look to enter on my entry time frame in zones. Are we bearish on gold? Yeah, the session bias is bearish on gold, but just be careful of that range. Why do you have different closures in 4-hour and MetaTrader 5 and TradingView? Because the daylight saving times has shifted. So maybe the broker has already shifted to the US closing times, whereas TradingView has not yet shifted, which they shouldn't. They shouldn't shift already their 4-hour close because it should be next week when it shifts. How did your month go? Yeah, it was good. Still 4% I ended at. Did not change after that. Nothing crazy. Do you use market structure with your support and resistance or purely support and resistance? Market structure, I don't use heavy market structure because we're trading a session, so I don't need to look at 4-hour market structure, but I do keep it as in my process of elimination, I call it. When I'm going down the time frames, doing my analysis, I do look at what structure is doing and where we are relative to structure, but I don't use it to enter a trade. We always talk about risk management. Could we touch on fear of entering a trade? Yeah, 100%. I do also have that. Have you watched the psychology video? This psychology, how I manage my psychology in Forex, talks about that. And the reason you fear to enter a trade is because you don't trust your plan. And especially if you've had 2 losses or a couple of losses, it's going to knock confidence. And you just have to trust your plan long term. And always remember, it's better not to take a trade than to take an unplanned trade. That's, you know, that will keep you safe, right? You're better off just sitting on your hands, because if you take an unplanned trade and lose, you're actually losing money. You've broken your rules, and you basically end up putting yourself in a situation that you don't benefit. But if you sit on your hands because you're not sure or you don't have confidence, then at least you build the skin of discipline of not FOMOing in. And if the trade plays out, you can go back and look and ask yourself, right? You can go back and ask yourself, was the trade a good trade? Did it follow my plan? And should have it been an option? And if it was an option, then guess what? You can start taking the trade, right? And that will build confidence. Confidence will be built through seeing the trade play out. And also the biggest thing is confidence will be built through backtesting and seeing your plan play out again and again and again. Then you will basically knock that, right? You'll basically knock that. GJ looking nice. Yeah, we'll see. As long as it doesn't just fail here and then start ranging, then it should be okay. It tried here, tried to create a support and break it. I still do think above this high could be a, we have 4 or 5 pips to here. We would have to go aggressively break even, but I rather buy 2 here with the anticipation that it breaks it than buying above the high with the risk of it just rolling over. Because if it's gonna go up, then you are gonna be right both ways. Alright, this is Frankfurt Open here. Again, remember this, guys? Who remembers this from Monday? Frankfurt Open, 1 hour, no top wick. Ended up pushing down heavy. Still made a top wick and then pushed down. Good call about the 30-minute support, by the way. Which one? The one up here? You mean the resistance? Monthly chart looks promising. Yeah, it's definitely interesting. I wonder how this... Oh yeah, we have to discuss the monthly did close. This is a very interesting monthly close here. Right, look at that close. That's a deep... Right at resistance though. That's the only problem. We're right at resistance. But it still is a very interesting close. I'm just saying, I'm not gonna, spoil a little bit of fun here, but unless some economic thing changes with the JPY and it still continues to be weak, I wouldn't be surprised to see this wick up and then still come back in the range and then next year start to continue up bullish. Kind of similar to this type of scenario. Close above, still ends up going down first. Then later we do it. Like this. This type of scenario. Exactly like this. Push up bullish, next one closes close to resistance, we wick up, kind of range, and then we get the continuation. It's very similar. But yeah, definitely interesting close. Let's see gold's monthly close. Gold's monthly close is, oof, almost, guys, almost close above the highs. That's huge information though, that it did not close at a new monthly all-time high, right? We're not closing at a new monthly all-time high. Doesn't mean we still can't wick up into here, but it is a huge piece of information. We're not closing at new monthly all-time highs. We're closing at resistance here. So yeah, very interesting. It'll be interesting to see this close. London opens, yeah, 8 o'clock UK time. Now it's Frankfurt Open. How did 1 hour close? That's a nice 1 hour close we have here. 30 close above the range as well. Interesting 5-minute close as well. See if we can get anything leaving this zone. Set up 3 also. Let's see. The only threat we have here is this 30-minute resistance. That's the only threat we have. It's the only obstacle blocking us from easy continuation. If this resistance wasn't here, buys above here should be easy. So we just have to be extremely cautious at that zone. What's the difference between setup 3 setup 1? Setup 3 is breaking a bearish candle high. And setup 1 is closing above. Any thoughts on Fed rate decision tonight? Yeah, we discussed it in the beginning of the stream. We said that, you know, in short, basically what I was saying is that I don't think they're not going to reduce rates, that's for sure. Surprise rate hike. If they're going to do it, they should do it this month. That's what they were talking about, that if they're going to do it, they're going to do it this month. So it will just generally be interesting to see if they do that. But most likely, holding interest rates makes sense. You know, but we will see. It is a possibility that they come with a surprise rate hike. All right, 5-minute candle did not close above here. Closed right at resistance. So we have to at least wait for the next 5 here. Well, not we. I have to wait for it. That's my rules. And again, you know, this is of course early buys here because you're buying from the, you know, to this 30-minute resistance. The clean buys are going to be above the range here. But, you know, we'll wait for this 5-minute close and then make a decision. I was hoping the 5 would close above. Then we could take it based on the setup 3, the 1 hour closing bullish. And then look at it like that. It closed above on broker. I'm too late now, man. Did it? Let's see. $809. No, it didn't close above on broker. Bro, what are you looking at, man? You keep fooling me. Twice this is today, man. Come on. Twice you did this to me. It didn't close above on broker. Tell me there's a gap on broker. Then you tell me it closed above on broker. Setup 3 can still play out on the 15-minute. Yeah, but I'd rather wait for a close above this zone. You know, it would be a lot safer. Sorry, bro, I won't trade today. You're all good, man. You're all good. How long till this 5-minute closes here? 2 minutes till this 5-minute close. So let's see what happens with this 5-minute close. We can play the idea of 5-minute closing above, 15-minute setup 3, 1 hour closing bullish, all towards the upside potential here. But if this 5-minute doesn't close above, it's why we wait. That is why we wait. Yep. No wick thesis, 50-50 if the previous candle closed with no wick, but if there's an open candle with no wick, then at any time it can flip and make a wick, which is a problem, of course. Will this 5 close above? 41 seconds. Let's see. If this 5 does close above, we'll be interested here. If not, then we'll see. And I need a strong closure, like where my mouse is, not just a tiny little closure above. That's not satisfying enough. We need a good close above. Ten seconds. Let's see what it does here. Needs to close deeper. Interesting close here. I need a bottom wick though. Oof. I wanted to see a bit of a stronger close here, to be honest. What are we looking at? 16 pip stop. 3 pips to there. Four minutes till this 15-minute close. Interesting. Yeah, probably. Let's see if it pulls back after breaking the high. Close below for you. I think this did close above, but it's a very weak close. Maybe I wait for 15 here and then take it based on 15. If not, then we'll see. We'll see what it does at this 30. This 30 puts me off. So if we get a 15 closing above, will be a lot more better. There we go. Let's see what it does here. Damn. I wish it just closed slightly deeper. Yeah, I probably could have gone a bit more aggressive on the 5. Yeah. Someone watching high stream? No, I think I should have gone aggressive here on the 5. I think that would have been the best option. Aggressive here on the 5. Well, it's close to this 15-minute resistance now. Long term better to be aggressive? Today, yes, it would have been. So I'm not buying higher now. Would have been the good option to be aggressive. Just so we're not buying higher now, because now what's our next options, right? Is it gonna dump? Nothing is indicating that it wants to go bearish at the moment. A big leg is ready. Well, that's what you hope if you're in buys, right? Possibly a 5 thunder could be interesting here. Hmm, 5 closing below. Wow, there you go. I wonder, yeah, look at that. Back to entry if we were to take this. Potential wick fill here though. Let's see if we can open with a nice bottom wick here. Come on, bottom wick. I have 2 plans now. My one plan is if this makes a steeper bottom wick and then flips and re-breaks its own high, I can look for buys to fill this wick. My second plan is looking for a 5-minute close above this 30-minute resistance here. That's my second plan. So those are my 2 plans I have right now to look for potential buys here. Because at least we'll be leaving that 30-minute resistance will give good confidence for buys. Right, because now we have the 15 closing above the resistance here. Right, 15 close above. So if the 5 now close above the 30-minute resistance, gives us accurate entry. I can hold stops back inside the range around somewhere here. We'll set up 2 on an hourly be an option. Yep, it could be. Break of high would be safer. I just don't like maintaining inside of this range. So if you were to go, you go break of high, but you'd have to run stop full below the range. 30 pip stop. Or at least minimum 25 pip, but just for 5 pip difference, it would make more sense to go full stops. Two minutes for this 5-minute close. Let's see how it closes here. If not, we have the 30 as well. Interesting. See, respecting the 30-minute resistance. That is the problem when you take the early trade. Now you have to make the decision, okay, do I go break even or am I happy to hold potential rejection from the 30? When you're above the 30, you don't have to worry about it. Buying into 2 rejection wicks, that's only on the 5. It's not on the 15. If it was on the 15 or 30, then I would agree with you. Yeah, it's a little bit bad, but not on a 5 minute. And if this closed bullish above this zone, then it wouldn't be buying into a rejection wick, right? Because it would just be buying to get this wick filled. But now it didn't close above, right? If I took this first option here, I'd probably would have got our break even, to be honest. I don't see me holding with the 30-minute closing below resistance here. Especially after the second time it got back above the 30-minute resistance. How much did this push? Yeah, 7 pips. This 5 could be interesting here. Wish the mic is 6% louder. I think it's pretty loud, man. We need this 5 minute to chill for the next 3 minutes here. That's ideal. And then we can take a break of this 5 minute high. So let's hope, man. Let's hope GJ gods are with us today and we can get a nice easy trade straight past this 15 resistance. If you guys enjoying the stream, be sure to do your YouTube business. Really would appreciate it. Leaving a like does help. Isn't this a thunderstorm? If it breaks the high, yes, but it's too long the wick to be considered. Normally a thunderstorm is a shorter wick, much shorter wick. Let's see if we can go find a, like this. This is more of a thunderstorm. Short wick, longer bottom wick. You know, something like that you'd be looking for. Not with this long rejection wick here. Last minute rejected. Waiting for 30 to close? No, either this 5 I'm waiting to close or I'll wait for the 30. I feel if this 5 closes above and we re-break the high should be good, but we just have to hope it doesn't push before. Rely on this 30 minute to close above. That's what the trade is based on. You would expect it to push through this 15 minute resistance after we've got above this 30 minute resistance, and the trade is really based on the 30 really. So, but again, not closing above, huh? 1 minute. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, good, Adriana. I'll have a look at it after. How many points will stop loss be? If we close above here in a minute, take a break of high, gonna put stops back in the range. Probably around 15 max, yes. 18 pips max. 47 seconds for this candle to close. Let's see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't push in last 40 seconds. Don't do that, GJ. Don't do that last 40 seconds. Don't do that, GJ. You have to probably be pretty fast here, huh? If it might make a quick bottom wick and then flip and go, huh? So let's see. Needs to chill here though. Pushes any more, I'm out. Man, last second, man. Last second. Okay. Alright. We'll take it. 4 minutes now till this 15 closure. That's the next option. That's my last chance here. The original plan. The original plan is my last chance here. Give me a sec. Be back. Needed to chill here. You drinking a ping all day? What do you mean a ping? Tops below this 25. Stops would be below the 15, yeah. But knowing what GJ's been doing, this last 2 minutes, it's pushing. So we need to hope that the setup gods are on our side. Last 5 seconds, bro. Less than last 5 seconds. Literally last 2 seconds it did it. For me, best entry was 810. Yeah, that was best entry. Make it like a watch zone, yeah, but it was tough with that 5 closing so weak. On broker, it never closed above on broker. As long as we close above this resistance, we should be fine. And the 30-minute as well. This is just a 4-hour level I had from before, but it doesn't seem to be. Is it reacting at it? No. Okay, we're closing above this 15-minute resistance to the left here. Making a bottom wick. I do feel if we break this high will be an option. Why is my line not drawing? Yeah, I think breaking above this high can be an option here. Not 28 pips. Stop loss would be below this 15 pip stop. Anything closing back in the 15-minute range can manage the trade. Oh, this 15. Yeah, close below though on there, right? Let's see. Yeah, I can see that on the broker now. Yeah, that was nice option. Wonder why it didn't show. Shame it didn't show, no wonder. I'm on sells on drawdown. Sells from where? You got buy stop? No, I'll market execute. I will market. You pleased to take this with a steeper bottom wick? Yeah, but you know, there's also like this theory where if the previous candle leaves a longer top wick, it could be make up for the bottom wick of this candle. You get what I mean? Well, since it has a longer top wick, it kind of indicates that it pulled back just before the candle opened. So if it opened with a small top wick, then we need a deeper bottom wick because it hasn't done a pullback before the next candle opened. All right, let's see. Coming close here. Almost broke the highs. Almost triggered here. Damn, it's teasing. Okay, got triggered here. Break of these highs. Stop loss below previous 15 low. Max TP up here. See if we can get up to somewhere around here. Would be nice. Since we have pushed quite a bit, you know, it is possible that this has to pull back first and then end up going later. But, you know, we don't know if it's just going to keep pushing or not. So that's the option. Happy to take it and wait. Are you not worried about 184? Yeah, we'll see what the reaction is from it. If we quickly wick up, reject it, wick up, reject it, then we'll, of course, we'll look to manage. But until we see some crazy rejection from it, it's not going to be an issue. We did not see any much issues here. We did not see much issues here when we were in 184. That's why I'm not too worried just at the moment. I don't like seeing it pump to entry, reject. We want to see some more bullish momentum come in here. This 15-minute close will be very important for me here. What do you think, stop loss at 91? Why 91 stop loss? Head and shoulders on 15. Don't see head and shoulders on 15. How much is spread on my broker? Let me have a look. Only 0.4 pips. Five close strong bearish? Yeah, I did. Can be a long trade, yeah, unless we get stopped first. We just need this 5 to create some form of support. DJ not being kind to us, eh? Reanalyze, it looks good, I trust it. Please think twice if you're tempted to close soon. Yeah, for me, I think I'll leave it to full stop loss here. It's 15 pip stop, it's okay. Yes, yeah, I did, Tony. Please press the like button. He's doing this for free. Show some love. Yeah, I'm just sharing what I do here, you know. This is all real. This is just me trading. How many trades can I afford to lose before calling it a day? I normally do 2 losing trades in a row and I call it a day. When the 15-minute closes above, will it be good? Yeah, that would be good if the next 15 can close above. That's what we would kind of be looking for. As long as it respects this 30-minute support, I'm happy to hold it. Ah, man. Give us bottom wick first, not no top wick. Yeah, possible entries above 975 makes sense. Much safer than now in drawdown. I don't get why people complain and tease when it's a wrong trade. I'm just sharing what I do, you know. I'm trading for me. I'm not trading for anyone else, you know. And I know that long term, no matter what the results are, then I'm fine, you know. It's just like, you know, it can have some rough periods, some good periods, you know. And you know, life is 50-50. You breathe in for half of your life, you breathe out for half of your life. There are good times, there are bad times. If you can't embrace the bad times, you can't have good times. If you don't like the trade, then just close. You're only down like what? 7 pips? Yeah, 8 pips here. So, yeah. Lol, man, don't do that on stream. Remove. Hey Harry, should I move my stop loss to previous 15? Yeah, you can have a management point. If it breaks this low, you can be out here. You know, it's up. You can close right now. You're only in like 3 pips worth of drawdown here, you know? Well, a little bit more after tap that. You were three pips worth of drawdown. Look, 3 pips worth of drawdown is nothing. You can close it and get on with your day if you don't like the trade. I'm happy to hold this a little bit more. Yeah, now you're 2 pips worth of drawdown. Make a decision. You want to get out of the trade, you don't like it, get out. Don't complain if this hits stop loss because I'm going to follow my plan long term. My situation is not the same as your situation. I can afford a loss long term, it's okay for me. Right? But here's your opportunity, right? I would have liked to see this 5 close above this resistance here. Would have been nice. Add more? No, I won't add more. This 5 close above our entry. Yeah, we need some volume here. That's what we need. London open in 10 minutes? Yes. So you see, you guys could have managed here on this here, right from entry. Look, you were only down 1.6 pips. You had a choice to close 1.6 pips. But for me, I want to let my full idea play out. Because I can personally afford the loss. And I know long term, it's okay. It's okay. If it's going to be rough times, okay, let it be rough times. I know there's more wins ahead as long as I follow my plan. But if you're not comfortable in this trade, you can get out of it. It's your choice. This is me doing me here, you know. And it's fully transparent. You can see trading in front of you. So please don't complain. Did Bank of England release interest rate decision? No, tomorrow. Is it up, naughty coin? Resident profit to go to take profit. That's only when the Riz works. Now Antonio needs to make a phone call. People don't like seeing the reality of trading. They just want to see fake 10k win screenshots. Yeah, exactly. Or they want, you know, I could easily, if I wanted a high win rate, then I would run really, you know, I could do that by just taking positions that are short TPs, big stop loss can help my win rate, you know, but yeah, Claudio needs to make a phone call. Really taking its time, this trade, huh? I was really hopeful it was creating support. Now we have to wait again. Can we see a thunderstorm on the 30? You mean setup 3? Yeah, definitely possible here. Every time when we want to pull back, the shitcoin decides to pump, and then when we want... Yeah, exactly. Bit unfortunate, actually. But this is what will knock your confidence, right? If this doesn't play out today, it will knock everyone's confidence. But you just have to keep following the plan. I know long term the plan has kept me safe, so I just trust it. It's just how I, you know, it sucks though if you keep getting put in difficult spots, but it's part of the game, right? It's part of the game. Can't always be sunshine and rainbows. The ones who can embrace the downswings are the ones who can live through the upswings. Any chance to retest 799? Hope not. Definitely hope not. Hope it does its last 2-minute push thing that it's been doing. Gold, I'm focusing on GJ here, guys. Damn, don't use our entry as a resistance. That sucks. To use our entry as a resistance. Don't be dirty like that. Use our entry as a resistance. Come on. Hopefully this 15 can close above our entry or at least this 15-minute resistance here. That is important. We do have the hour close, so hope we don't want a deep bottom wick on this next hour close. We want it to just open and kind of break the high. Because it's London open, so we need to be very careful of a bottom wick here. If you guys don't want to hold the risk of a bottom wick coming deep, you can close at break even before London open. But you also hold the risk that this thing just pushes. But that's your decision. Based on your week, you can make a decision like that. So don't come and hate in the chat when you see some BS. Nice. No bottom wick though, is a little bit fishy here. One hour did break the highs. Just need some volume to kick in now. Just needs to re-break its own highs and we should be okay. Beautiful. doesn't like this 184 level, huh? We need this 5-minute to close outside the range. If this 5-minute closes back inside the range, it probably has a high chance to come back and retest the bottom of the range. Hectic trade. This is a slow trade, guys. Slow trade. This is our last area of support, this 1 minute zone here. That's very strange to pop up like that and still reject. Very strange. Just not seeing volume London open, man. Just not coming in. This 5 closed below this support. If it breaks this low, would... Am I back? I managed. I'm gonna manage now. Is my stream back? Why does it crash in this time? Everything has to go all at once. Yeah, at this point I didn't have even time to close. Yeah, now no point managing. Too close. Oh, here we go. Still in, still in. Didn't tap it on my broker. I'm still in. Probably is gonna tap it now, but I'm still in on my broker. Okay, now I'm out. Man, that's very unfortunate here. That's very unfortunate. Don't worry, we're not catching a break. Not catching a break. Unlucky. Move on to the next trade here. And yeah, I mean, there was nothing wrong with the position here. Everything made sense. 30-minute made sense. Nice little liquidity grab on the 30-minute last minute. 15 created a beautiful support. If we didn't enter on this one here, I'm sure we would have. Why does my stream keep crashing? There we go, we're back. So yeah, I mean, I just not ready yet, I guess. GJ is not ready yet to give us those volume pushes. Plan made sense. I will take this trade 100,000 times, no problem. And yeah, we move on. Just rough period for sure. Am I back or what? Let's see. Don't know why this stream keeps crashing. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, re-entry option is the same above 184, I guess. That's my re-entry option. Anything closing above here, I have a 14-15 pip range towards the upside here. And yeah. Unfortunate though. Need to buy that new PC? Yeah, man. Definitely. Damn, look at this. This 5-minute came out of nowhere. Let's see. If we get some business here, possible second entry. Give this one last chance. Stop loss is massive. You'd run it here like this. No need to run it at this low because you'd expect it, once it breaks, you don't even expect it to come back to stop. Very tempted to pay press buy now because it may rocket. No, you need to wait above 184. Someone ran their stops much deeper like this. Yeah, that could also be an option to run stops like this. Just if you hit that stop, oof. It's heavy, but it makes sense. Oh, you entered earlier, different entry, okay. Why didn't you wait for closure above your levels? I did wait for closure. I was basing it on the 30-minute. It was a 30-minute close break of high. Because this is just a 15. And actually this level was drawn on all the way back from here, so it was not really relevant. I just left it on from yesterday. Yeah, there's just no volume here, man. Sucks. The time we don't enter. And this is, I'll tell you one thing. At the same time, it kind of sucks that we're having a slow period. But at the same time, this is a period which ruins a lot of traders. Right? This will ruin a lot of traders. Reason why it will ruin a lot of traders because they'll knock confidence now. This is where they knock confidence. They feel like stuff doesn't work. And then watch what happens. Then everything goes downhill from here. And this is the exact time where you have to do the opposite, right? And you have to basically, you know, keep on going. You have to keep on going. It sucks, but you have to keep on going. Tough times never last, only tough people last. Yes, exactly. One more trade on GJ? Not if it's moving like this, man. Yeah, this is a reality of sometimes trading rough markets, you know, and our job is to just make sure, okay, fine. If we really need to adapt something, we can adapt something in the plan here, you know. Cheers, Brian. Take care, man. Take care. Problem is people who complain at losses no matter what, even if they were trading with Warren Buffett, even he has losing trades. Yeah, exactly. It's just more of a rougher period. I mean, London has been, you know, really a little bit tough here, you know. It's not been as consistent as we normally see, but wonder if I would give it one more chance if it does end up flipping. Yeah, I probably would. See you, Ivan. Take care, brother. Thank you, Sniper, brother. Take care. Harry gonna take his 10th loss today. Yeah, actually it is my 10th loss. 38 wins, 10 losses. Not the best. But not bad at all, if I have to say myself. Do I even have chance to go break even here? I don't even think. No way you hold all of that drawdown just to close break even on 1 minute candle close. Yeah, price seems to just be ranging here at the moment. What I'm saying is if it makes me hold drawdown, it's under to go up to my TP. Yeah, exactly. And there was no reason why this shouldn't have. It's just we got this really weird, just sudden sell-off here. Boom, 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 boom. Stop. And now it ranges again. And what's really weird is all the times it didn't react at 184. 184 was nothing. Look. No issues here. Push straight through again. Again, no issues. But this time, look what happened when we tap 184. Pop, nope, not today. And we could see that on 15, right? No issues at 184. No wicks at it. Everything's below. But this, right here, reacts at it. This is just probabilities. I don't see anything wrong with this trade. I'm looking at it right now. Nothing could have done. Previous swing low. Even this is a small support. This was the main one down here. To make a bear market down now? Yeah, but you guys had a lot of chance. If you didn't like the trade, you guys could have closed at break even. It's fine, you know, like you had the chance. It's not like it was a complete FU trade where you didn't have a chance. We came to entry, but what happens is you don't have a plan. And you at entry, like, oh, now it's at entry, it has to go up. And then when it doesn't go up, you sit here and say, oh, I knew that was going to happen because this area was here. But when we were back at entry, no one was saying anything. Everyone's like, okay, this is going to make sense. My plan was to let probabilities do its job. Whether that goes up or goes to stop loss, there's nothing I could have done. We held drawdown. The trade made plenty of sense because it kept respecting support. Nothing was indicating that we're going to have this downside move. It even broke out, went above in profit, but no. Then we just get a little strike of unlucky price action here, and we get this move down, which is now continuing. Yeah, we were up like 2 pips or something. So no conclusions to draw from rejections? What do you mean? We'll discuss it after. $1 million profit is possible with big amount? Yeah, with huge amount, definitely not a problem at all. If you have a $20 million account, you can make that monthly. Maybe we didn't see something. I don't see what's here stopping the trade, man. And I really think this will eventually play out. You can see every time it goes down, it's just eaten up. Every time it goes down, it's eaten up. Except for just that. Yeah, but you have to follow the plan. Yeah, with this pushing down like this, I'm probably not seeing any other entries as of now. FOMC later as well. And yeah, I'm basically gonna call it here. I appreciate everyone joining up. I know it's not been the cleanest of moves. I know it's been a hard time, but I'm following the same plan that led us to have 38 wins. We had 38 wins, and that's the same plan I'm following now. You're just seeing the reality of a small market dynamic shift we've seen recently, and we need to recalibrate to it. And then as soon as that happens, we'll be back on track. You know, whether that means come back after a week, whether it means, you know, continue trading and doing what we do. I know when to cut it. I have rules that call it, okay, I need to take a step back and then recalibrate and come back in. But, you know, otherwise we just keep following the plan, you know, and if it makes sense to trade, it makes sense to trade. If not, then it doesn't, you know. But that trade, I would take it again and again and again. And it has been trades we've taken many times, the same trade, and it's played out. It's just unfortunately, this time it didn't, you know, and it's just not worked out for a few times, which is unfortunate that it's happening back to back like that. But nevertheless, you know, we continue following the plan, and at the end of the day, this is just the reality. It's not always going to be like that. I'm sure a lot of traders last month also you know, had struggling months as well, and you know, it's a roller coaster in this journey, right? It's a roller coaster in this journey, and you guys are seeing the reality. And people who are just here for hype, go follow someone else, and I'm sure you'll be back when you realize it's not all sunshine and rainbow like they you know, like they make it, man. They make it seem. So understand that these times actually build the best traders. It's not the first time, and realistically, this is not much based on my level here. Like, this is okay. It's okay. It's beginning of the month. It's been, you know, maybe I feel pressure to take trades, you know, that I don't have to. I have to have a conversation with myself about that as well. And then we move on, right? We move on. So at the end of the day, I follow the plan, and the plan should deliver long term, and that's how it's gonna work. So with that being said, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I appreciate every single one of you guys showing up. I really do appreciate it. We have more wins ahead as always. You know the drill, part of the game. If you can't handle the losses, you don't deserve to win. So with that being said, take care, trade sharp, and hopefully catch you guys